Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Brian and I'm back again with another video. Thanks for joining us on Harley Scoots and Cowboy Boots. Tonight we're going to be doing something a little different. I'm going to be making some keto blueberry muffins for Tracy, and we're also going to talk about my 5 favorite things, the 5 favorite upgrades on the motorcycle. So bear with me because we're going to try to do this in one take. I don't like editing that much, so anyway, here we go. So, my 5 most favorite things. They not necessarily going to be in the order you would think, because I know just about everybody out there knows exactly what's done to the bike, so there's no secrets. But you might not think that my favorites are in the list that you would list them at. So for number 5 would have to be the CVO seat. The CVO seat it's super comfortable. You know, when we first got the bike, I wasn't that keen on it. I didn't know if it was going to be that comfortable. It wasn't that comfortable when it was brand new. It took a couple thousand miles to really break in, and now I love it. Now it's probably the best seat I've ever had on a motorcycle. Tracy loves the pillion seat in the back. She says that's really comfortable. It's not super thick, but it is it's got a really nice pad in it, and it's pretty comfortable for those long rides. So CVO seat, it wasn't cheap. I think they're about $1,000 for the main seat and the pillion, but well worth it in my opinion. So let's move on here with the bacon. We got our eggs. We got to do our blueberries. Bad boys. We like to do a little extra. We're going to do the whole bag of blueberries. Look at that. Yummy. So number 4, that would have to be the LED lights. The stock lights, the turn signals, they're terrible. I mean, they're incandescent. Just regular 1157 bulbs, I think. Just terrible, not bright enough. So initially I went with the lights from eBay, just some eBay specials, pretty good. I think they were $60 for the whole set. Used them for about a year. They were pretty good, much better than the stock lights. But they weren't quite as bright as I have some buddies that have the custom dynamic ones, and they were quite a bit brighter, 3 times more expensive. So I ended up having to bite the bullet, and I got some Moons Motorcycle Culture ones. Man, they are awesome. They are just as bright as the custom dynamics, if not brighter. And the way they light up, they have like a progressive light on the front ones. It's really cool. It's almost like a flasher on like a police car. So it really gets your attention. So those would have to be my number 4 upgrades. I love having the bike lit up at night. The better they can see you, the better it is for everybody, right? So that's number 4. Let's get moving on the cooking here, because Tracy's getting hungry. Put our butter in. Remember, this is keto. These are keto muffins. So very low carb. So, but it has a lot of good things you like in it too. Eggs, butter, almond flour, coconut flour, pure. We use pure for the sweetener, and heavy whipping cream, and tons of blueberries. You can't go wrong. So, where are we at? We got the eggs, we got the blueberries, we got the butter. We need 2 cups of almond flour. And that'll bring us to number 3. Put that in there. And 2 cups of almond flour. Almond flour. So where are we at? Number three. Number three has to be the Clockworks windscreen. I got the 14-inch Sport Flare. It's amazing. It's the stock windscreen, as far as I'm concerned, is there just for looks. It does nothing. And you do a lot of, you know, riding 60 miles an hour, 70, 80 miles an hour, that wind blowing in your face, because I don't typically wear a full face helmet, is it gets old. That 14-inch Sport Flare Clockworks, love it. That's the one of the best upgrades I did on the bike. If you've never ridden one with the Clockworks, give it a shot. I know they do, like, they'll let you try them at like different bike weeks and stuff. You can try them. Definitely take one for a ride. They're amazing. So that was number three. Let's move on with the bacon. Somebody's going to be grumpy. Got to do some coconut flour. How much coconut flour do we need here? Two of these bad boys. All right, well done. Where are we at? 1.5 tablespoons of baking soda, baking powder. This is 1.5. 1.5 is good. 1 3/4 must be better. All right. What else we got? Tablespoon of vanilla extract. We're just gonna eyeball this. Looks good to me. All right, so that brings us to number two. Number two has got to be the S&S 128 Big Bore Kit. I know it's not number one, but there's a reason for that. The 128 kit is awesome, and it really made the bike a whole different bike. And you know, until you ride one. I mean, when I bought the bike, the 114 was fantastic, you know, but you get used to it, and then you upgrade to the stage 2, and you get the torque cam. You want to stay under warranty, you know, but that's not even worth it. You're just better off going straight to the 128. And you know, I stuck with this. Still have the stock heads, still have the stock throttle body and intake manifold. We have the S&S 475 cam. And you know, it runs great. You know, I just got it back. I might have saw my other video I did a couple of weeks ago or last week when I got it back from the shop. Runs amazing. 130 horsepower and 151, you know, foot-pounds of torque that basically rips your arms out of the sockets. And it comes on really low in the RPM range. I mean, it's got over 130 foot-pounds of torque, you know, at 2,000 RPM. So pretty amazing. But there is a reason why that is number two. It also comes along with a lot of other stuff. It was super expensive, number one. It was hard to find somebody that would tune it in my area with the Thunder Max, so I ended up going with the Direct Link, you know, which is great. It is what it is. It's just, you know, the Thunder Max isn't very popular in my area, so tuners really don't know how to tune with it. It was a bit of a hassle. So I had a 128 kit done in October, and I had some issues with the initial builder, the one that did the actual kit. And we rode it for about 3 months, and then we decided it was time. We didn't think it was really running to its full potential. So that's when I brought it over to Dan over at Cycle Services, and he hooked me up. Sorry, there it goes. So yeah, so the 128 kit. Awesome, glad I did it, but it wasn't my number one upgrade. So we'll get to that in a minute. Let's finish up the bacon here. So we got our blueberries, eggs, almond flour, bacon powder, coconut flour, vanilla extract, butter. We need to do our 3 teaspoons of heavy whipping cream, and then our 1/2 cup of sweetener. So here's our heavy whipping cream. We're gonna do this. Not sure what that does, but that's what it calls for. All right, now we do a half cup of, we're using the Pure. You can get this stuff at Walmart. They sell it everywhere, Stop and Shop. It's good stuff. She likes me to use a little less than what it calls for on this stuff, because she says it can get too sweet if you use too much. All right, so that's the ingredients. Let's mix them all up. While we're doing this, we can talk about number one. What do you think number one is? Well, you know what we've done to the bike. So those of you, some of you may have already guessed it. It was definitely, without a doubt, the suspension. Upgrading to the Legend suspension, I think, was probably the best upgrade to the bike. It was, when we first got the bike, we rode it with the stock suspension for a while. We had, we ride 2-up all the time, and we had the tour pack loaded down, the saddlebags loaded down, and the two of us, and we were bottoming out over everything. And I put the rear suspension in first. I didn't do all the front and the rear at the same time. I did just the rear first, and it made such a huge difference. It just made me want to do the fronts. I got the heavy duty 13-inch Revo A's from Legends, and man, amazing. So that was the number one upgrade. If we didn't do anything else to the bike, just doing that one thing would have totally changed the way the bike rides. And we hit some rough roads every now and then, especially with the two of us. We like to, when it's just the two of us, we explore. Well, we hit dirt roads, bumpy roads, and the stock single, basically single, it has one shock and then a helper spring on the other side. That just wasn't up. It wasn't up to the task. We were banging, bottoming out over everything, and I had that thing cranked up. So I got the HD ones from Legends, and I'll tell you, I don't even have them cranked up. I got them cranked up maybe an inch and a half from the bottom. I mean, this I don't know. You can adjust it like 4 inches up. I think I only have it like an inch and a half up the spring preload. No problem. We hit roads, bumpy roads, dirt roads, doesn't matter. Never bottoms out. Unless you hit a pothole or something, then of course it's gonna bottom out. Anything's gonna bottom out. But that's it. Yeah, that's the that's the 5 top upgrades, 5 of my favorite upgrades to the bike so far. And we've done a lot, and that's saying a lot because we've done some pretty good stuff. And the Legends, man, I'm telling you. And I'm sure the Öhlins and Progressive, any upgrade over the stock shocks is gonna do you good. But yeah, so that's about it. We're done mixing this up. We're gonna throw them in the muffin pan, and I'll post a video when I'm pulling these things out of the oven. You're gonna be amazed. They look amazing, very tasty. So, but that's about it. And I will catch up with you guys later.
Those look bigger than usual, or are they?
No, this is exactly like they were last time.
Oh, let me get a smooth spoon, honey, because all that'll stick to the pan. Hold on. That's not what you did last time.
Yeah, it is. It's exactly what I did last time.
You got it everywhere?
Yeah, I didn't get it everywhere. Don't try to take over my baking, unless you want to do it yourself.
Did you get all the eggs in there? 5?
5 eggs. Yes, dear. What What do you think, cowboy? Should we check the muffins? Oh yeah. Oh, they're almost done. Look at them. Jack's just seeing if we dropped anything on the floor. Oh yeah, look at that. Don't those look yummy? So we were sitting here thinking as we were having dinner, and now Tracy's taking the muffins out. Don't those look amazing? So we were sitting here thinking, you know, what would be a couple of good runner-up upgrades to the bike, and we both came up with one, right? So what would be your runner-up favorite add-on?
My runner-up favorite add-on would definitely be the Cero cup holders. I know it sounds probably silly and minor, but anybody who knows us knows that we are not fair weather riders. We ride in all weathers, and there's nothing like a warm cup of tea on the back of the bike or on the front of the bike and while you're riding in cold weather. It just really warms you up. I love having it, and definitely my favorite.
Yeah, I agree. It is nice having a nice hot cup of coffee as you're cruising around. That sounds kind of silly, but we love it.
Yeah.
So my runner-up was going to be the TPMS sensors on the tires. It sounds kind of you know, it's kind of minor. I mean, most people don't even have it. They don't care. They don't even realize it's not there. But having that peace of mind and knowing what your tire pressure is, especially on cold weather days, you know, when you're out there, it's just you know, it's good peace of mind. It was fairly inexpensive, and you know, that would be my runner-up. How's your muffins?
They're great. The one negative about these keto muffins that Brian makes for me every single week, so I have them for something sweet to eat after dinner, is that they kind of stick to the pan no matter what you do. I've tried using muffin cups, liners, and those get stuck to it, and then you end up eating paper, so I'd rather have to pry them out a little bit than eat paper.
Hey, that is what it is. All right, we'll see you guys later.